Hey guys, what is up? I'm Nathaniel, and today I'm going to be showing you how to fillet a big snapper. Let's get into it. So the first thing you want to do when filleting a big fish like this is you want to position it the right way to start with. Now I like to have the head facing towards me and out to the left. So the first thing you want to do is go under the wing like this and just cut underneath the wing. Really trying to get right underneath it. And it's got this sort of beak here. You want to kind of go in the beak. There we go. So once you get to this point, you want to face the knife, angle it towards the bone just slightly, but almost horizontal, so that it's just slicing on the bone. Show you what I mean. So you just want to face it like this. So it's got a big hard thing on its head, which is a bit of bone. But once you get past that point, you just want to angle the knife slightly down so it's hitting the backbone. And just start cutting along the backbone. Try and have a sharp knife when you do this, it definitely helps. So just cut along the backbone. Towards the tail end, you want to put your knife, try and get it right through, and just finish the cut on both sides, and just keep positioning the knife, leaning it down so it still cuts along the backbone. You should just be able to slice right through. There we go, comes straight out. So once you've made that cut, you want to go back towards the head. I'm pulling up the meat and just trying to slice under the meat, right against the bone, and just doing that the whole way along. Now once you get to the rib cage, you sort of have to angle the knife up a bit, because we're going to go over the rib cage a little bit. So I've just found out the ribcage is actually pretty large, like very large. Don't be surprised if you have to cut up a lot. And just keep cutting down along here, along the backbone. Alright, I've got through the tricky part, which is the rib cage. It's got a heap of bones, and it's really quite tough right here. Alright, you keep going until you get to the end here. You just sort of cut down from the rib cage. Now just finish off the cut. Keep trying to stay nice and low. Yep, and there we go. That's quite a big fillet. As you can see, we've done this first side pretty well. So the next stage, flip the snapper on this side. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm just gonna cut under the wing again. Cut towards the nose. Alright. Once you've made that cut, see how it's sort of angling? You just get underneath again. Get past that nose and just angle down and cut next to the backbone. Alright, again, once you get towards the tail, you just want to put your knife right through, like that, and just cut along the backbone again. It should just come right out. There we go. So again, once you made that cut, you just want to get underneath the meat, just like this, and just cut underneath it, and running along the backbone. Just angling the knife down to maximize the meat, and just go along it. just trying to get above the rib cage. The rib cage is pretty massive. Alright, we're almost through the rib cage. The hardest part, in my opinion, it's just, it can be a bit fiddly. There we go. Last couple of slices. And there we go. Alright, there's our other big fillet. Quite nice. On to the skinning part. You'll notice that there's quite a row of backbones coming along, and we need to get rid of those. Goes up around this point here. That's where it ends. So the first thing is a sharp V cut, going along the two backbones to try and cut them out. So you just want to cut one side, cut the other side, and angling them in towards each other. And usually you won't waste too much meat this way. It's pretty good. Now you don't need to cut through the skin. All we need to do is that for the moment. Just make a V cut, and once we skin it, this part will just come straight out, and yeah, it'll be easy to get the bones out. Now to skin it, you want to get to the back end of the tail part, and you just want to start the cut by cutting slightly down. Just slightly. If you cut too much down, you'll get the skin on it, and trust me, it's not very nice. So as you can see, I've made a little cut underneath here, and just make sure you don't cut too deep. And then what you want to do is just hold the skin at the end, just like this. Hold it like this, and just angle you want to angle the blade just slightly down. And just keep checking to see if you got any skin on it. Can be a bit tricky for beginners, but I guess it's just practice. Trying to get as much meat as possible. And just go along. And just check it. As you can see, I've pretty much got all the meat and no skin on it, which is really good. That's what you want. A bit tricky because there's these bones here. Just make sure you angle the knife down. And there we go. Just look at that. There's the fillet. Now to clean it up, just feel for any more bones. Slice the bones out. You can just feel them with your hand. Again, you can angle it in so it cuts the bones out. There we go. It's highly important that you feel for bones because it isn't very pleasant having bones in the meal. And yeah, the bones pretty much go up until this point, and there's no more bones. And I can't feel any. So yeah, there we go. We finished filleting the snapper. And there's our big fillets. They're massive. And as you can see, they're really quite thick. Obviously, we've got the big head. Epic. Skinning job is done. We've got the bones out of the fillets. And yeah, we're all done. You ready to cook it up? Make sure to like and subscribe. We've got some amazing fishing content that we've filmed and adventure stuff too. See you guys later.